In today's Razorback Daily, we're recapping Arkansas's appearance at SEC Media Day. Plus, we'll get a sneak peek at episode 1 of the new HogsPlus series, Beyond the Rim. It's Wednesday, October 15th, 2025. I'm Quinn Grovey alongside my man, Matt Zimmerman. And you're listening to the Razorback Daily.
All right, Quinn Grovey, Tara Talmadge, folks. Thank you for joining us on the Razorback Daily on this Wednesday. Appreciate you. We're talking a lot of the SEC basketball media days. You can hear Quinn and I talk about the SEC preseason poll, the Associated Press preseason poll on yesterday's Razorback Daily if you didn't get a chance. But the Hogs were featured pretty prominently. I had the SEC network on in the conference room of the Razorback Foundation. Quinn, you had it on in your office as well. And there for about a 2-hour stretch, man, it was Razorback men and Razorback women dominating the SEC network. That was good to see. The men took 2 players down. The women took 2 players down. Nice to have them out. And some really good stuff. Quinn, Media Day is always entertaining. And as me and you talked about on Tuesday's Daily, Coach Cal seems very not mad, but definitely in the inspired lane of feeling disrespected for a very talented basketball team being picked 5th in the SEC, 14th in the country. You could tell he did not like that.
Well, I don't expect anything different. I mean, Cal is when he came to Arkansas, he found, some renewed energy. I'm not saying he didn't have that energy at Kentucky, but I mean, he wants to, like he talks about, he wants to provide for several families. He wants to help this basketball program win another national championship. And so you can feel it. And boy, when you get disrespected like that, like I said, I thought it was disrespect, but it's just too many things with the arrow pointing up. And so I'm glad Cal is feeling that just a little bit because I'm certain he's going to use that.
Yeah, he was using it right there in front of Trevin Brazil and DJ Wagner. He just kept mentioning it, and he would look at them, and sometimes he'd want them to buy into what he was saying about the disrespect. So I love that. That's some old Nolan Richardson stuff for sure, and that is good motivation for this basketball team to be super hungry heading into this 31-game regular season. We got some good clips. We got some from Coach Cal and from Kelsey. On the women's side, here's Coach Cal on building up this team's front court, which will be very important to Arkansas competing for a national title.
You have to have a post presence or your team's a fraud. It doesn't mean you just play. All these guys that have the answer to how you play the game of basketball, you still have to be able to throw it to a guy in the post at times and get a free basket. We did it with Jonas at the end of the year, which is why we advanced. So I'm looking at this group and saying, who do we throw it to here? We don't have to throw it 50 times, but there are times we got to get a free basket. We're not making any shots. So that's what we want. We're still looking for it. We should be a terrific rebounding team, both on defense and offense. Right now, we're not. I just told Seth, we did an inter squad, and there were 15 clips where a shot was taken, and not one guy went to rebound offensively. Well, that can't be who we are.
Yeah, and this team ought to rebound a lot better. That's one thing we've talked about all fall. Last season, this team got out-rebounded a lot of games overall on the season. We had the difference in the rebounding was basically like 1 rebound total. I mean, we just didn't dominate the glass like you need to do. And they didn't rebound at all in Hot Springs. They didn't really compete very hard for rebounding. And he said that. That is basically what he said. That's not how you do it. I'm looking at last year, actually, for the whole season, counting the NCAA tournament. We had 1,283 rebounds. We gave up 1,279. So all those minutes, all those 40-minute games, Razorbacks played 36 games. There was only a difference of 4 rebounds. Some of Cal's teams at Kentucky would out-rebound their opponent by 400 or 500 rebounds. So to only rebound somewhat by 4 is not going to cut it, and that hurt that team last year in losing some of those games. This team is bigger. They're much better rebounders with Nick Pringle and Malik Ewan. Jonas last year only averaged 5 rebounds. Nelly averaged 3 rebounds. He's gone. Boogie averaged 2-3 rebounds. Adu Thero averaged 5-point-something rebounds. So that we're not losing big rebounders. We're not losing a team full of stacked rebounders. I think even Zavonimir ended up averaging like 4 rebounds.
But I would like to know though, Z, like early on with Jonas, he didn't play a whole lot and he wasn't
Right.
as active.
Yeah.
I really want to know down the stretch kind of what his rebounding was, because I thought he was dominant. I thought he was dominant in a lot of different ways. And like Cal said, that's one of the reasons why we were able to continue to move forward because of his play. So I hear you, but all in all, I mean, it is what it is. That whole season led to where you were at, how you started, and then how you ended up finishing. So they figured it out.
Yeah, they did, because he did have early on. He had a lot of 2. He had a lot of games with 1 rebound, 2 rebounds. I'm looking at Jonas Adu. He had 2 rebounds at Auburn. I mean, that's not going to cut it. He had. But after that, you're right. It was 10 rebounds, 8 rebounds, 10.
Yeah.
This is down the stretch. This is in March, starting March at South Carolina. 10 rebounds. We got blasted. Then he had 8 rebounds, and he had 10 rebounds, and he had 11 rebounds, and he had 8 rebounds, and he had 5 rebounds, and he had 7. And then the Texas Tech game, he had 6 points and 9 rebounds. So his rebounding was a lot better. Malik Ewan can average 8 rebounds. He's a 14 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists kind of guy. Sounds easy, very hard to do, but that should be his goal for the season.
But if all 5 are going to the basket, we got too many athletic guys where if they're conscious and that's a priority, too many athletic guys, I mean, you ought to be able to get rebounds.
For sure. And there's nothing wrong with having 9 guys all getting 4 rebounds a game. You get 36 rebounds or more, that's pretty good. There are a lot of guys that can rebound. And so that'll be interesting to watch. Here's Coach Cal here on the SEC Network set.
Cal, I got to ask you this because you've accomplished so many things and given so much to the game. You were the ones that started the pro day when people were like, what is he doing? Starting the pro day. You started the one and done, the national champions, the Final Fours. What are you most proud of at this point of your career?
That we've kind of stuck to, we're about the players. And I know everybody, you're just saying stuff. Well, if we stay transformational, I can still do this. I feel good. They say biologically I'm 48, so I'm good. But I'm like, if it gets transactional, I tell these guys, if it's transactional, I'm done. And we've done a lot, but as long as it stays that way, that I can help these 2 and the other players on our team, help them get where they're trying to go. Now, winning is a big part of it. If we win at a high level, everybody eats.
Yeah.
And if we're not, because we're not together and connected, they hurt each other.
Yeah.
So that's my job.
Okay, pretty good there from Coach. And they how about that? Coach said he's 48 years old. I like that. Quinn Grovey. He is still very young acting. He's got good energy. He moves around. His health is good. February the 10th, he will turn 67 years old. So good stuff there from Coach Cal, Quinn. And I think he's expecting a tremendous season. And he knows that he doesn't have 30 seasons left ahead of him. He wants to win, and he wants to win now.
Look, I'm telling you, he's relieved the fact that he has already got a year under his belt at Arkansas, and he's gone to the Sweet 16. I mean, he knew he's got the fan base behind him. He's got the university behind him, and now he's got a full year to do what he wants to do. You can see the comfort. I mean, he's always comfortable in front of a mic now. Don't get me wrong. Right. He's comfortable, but there is I don't want to say a hidden confidence because he's got a ton of confidence, but I just think he believes in what he's got, and he knows he's got a good basketball team, and so he knows you're gonna have to lace him up and start playing at some point in time real soon, and I think he's comfortable with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's another clip. Last one from Coach Calipari, and this is on the NCAA tournament expansion. I know I'm not a fan of it. We have a phenomenal tournament with 68, but the NCAA committee, and the coaches, they won't leave it alone. They won't leave it alone. They got to change everything, and here's more change coming.
Well, I just think you leave it how it is, because if it's not broken, go with the known, leave that unknown alone. We don't know what will happen to it. And I'm not worried about money or anything else. I'm saying that tournament, I still don't know what all this transfer stuff and all the eligibility stuff's going to do. It could be 2. They could have a mid-major team that average age is 26. They're pretty good. And all of a sudden, they get to advance. It may be NIL has killed all the mid-major schools. None of the kids are staying in mid-major. I don't know. It's going to end up playing out. But I would leave the tournament alone, but that's just me.
Definitely agree with that. Quinn, what's your thoughts on making this NCAA? Eventually, everyone's going to be getting in.
For what?
I think the NCAA, I think that committee is trying to save coaches. I think they're trying to make more money because it'll be a few more games. And I think it's just another thing where they're turning to money, and it's gotten where college sports is so much about money. I don't think all of college sports should be about money all the time. There's other great aspects of the college game.
But if you expand it, when are you going? How does it work? How is it going?
Tuesday and Wednesday instead. They
it's
play
going to be a
2
real
games.
tournament. Okay.
Well,
Instead
on
of
Tuesday and
play-in.
Wednesday, on Tuesday and Wednesday they play 2 games each night. Now they're going to end up playing they're going to be playing 4 or 6 games each on that night, that evening. They'll start that afternoon, and they'll start playing games instead of having a 7 o'clock game and a 9 o'clock game, or 6:30 and 9 o'clock. They're going to play at 2
Afternoon.
and 4:30, and
Which means they'll start probably the Friday and Saturday of the previous week with whatever play-in stuff that they're going to do.
well, they're not going to do no more play-in. It's just going to be. I don't call it play-in anymore, but you definitely could say that. But it's kind of what it was. But they called it the first 4 in Dayton. Instead of being a first 4, it's just going to be a lot more games, and then eventually you're going to get to that final 64 bracket. But instead of going from 68 to 64, you're going to go from 76 to 64. It's just going to be more games. It's going to save some coaches some jobs.
It's going to help with bonuses too, because if that's in your contract, wouldn't you say that it's making
in
a
Arkansas? Yeah, in Arkansas, a place that pays a lot of bonuses. Other schools pay bonuses too, and so it's just that you're going to spend money. You're going to spend money on those bonuses because it's officially going to be making the NCAA tournament. You're going to have played in the NCAA tournament, which is great for those coaches and great for more people playing in it. But it just seems like it waters it down.
Well, I love the tournament. I think those first 2, tournament games, are really cool. Yeah, the first 4, I love that. I love the branding that they have with that. I think that's really, really cool. And in fact, I think college baseball ought to take a page out of the NCAA book and kind of brand their College World Series kind of like the NCAA basketball tournament. But that's a conversation for another day. But I love that. I mean, I can't wait for those first games because once it starts, you're on a roller coaster ride. You're going to love it. Every weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it's going to be absolute chaos from sun up to sundown. And so I'll take more of them. I mean, if they want to give us more, I just think that what they have right now, I think even going from 64 to 68 or whatever it is, was a lot. I just think the other teams that you're going to put in, but in basketball, man, Cinderella can show up quicker than it can in football and some of the other stuff.
Yeah.
Basketball, it can show up. So just whatever. I don't know what are you going to do? I don't know.
They're just going to get to where they let everybody in. Women's, just give them all a trophy. Call them all the champion. Women's. Coach Kelsey Music's first SEC Media Day. She was down with former great Razorback Lee Mayberry's daughter, Yvette, who's in her last year of eligibility, came from University of Kansas, and then Talia Jones. And Talia was very well spoken as well. And here's Coach Music down in Birmingham.
Faith, family, and fearless, it's something that I brought with me. Faith, I would say you want to have faith in yourself, faith in our system, our coaches, our team, just that faith is extremely important. Family, I run it like a family. My kids are around a lot. I want it to be a family type atmosphere. I want them to know that we genuinely care about our players on and off the floor in all aspects of their life. And then fearless. I want my players to play fearless. I want them to take the floor and be confident in who they are and all of the skills and abilities they've worked their entire life on. I think the world can steal a lot of joy and can steal a lot of confidence in young people at an early age, and I want my players to be filled with confidence and to be filled with that fearlessness.
Is there anybody that you lean on just in the coaching community to say, okay, like new league here in the SEC, do you have any advice? Like, who's in your coaching corner that you talk to?
You know, I think it's kind of initially hard whenever, I hit the ground running and there wasn't really time to really reach out and talk to as many people as I would have liked. I think that's something in this first year I'll definitely be able to do. But I think Coach Cal has been great as a support system just at the university. All the coaches have been very welcoming from the SEC meetings back in May. So, it's just been a blessing to be able to, and an honor to be in the SEC right now.
Yep, I like it. She's been talking ever since she got hired. When Tara was with us, we went on the road show. She talked a lot about faith, family, fearless, and the 3 F's of her philosophy. So there's Coach Kelsey Music on that, and did a good job. She's a good interview. She got a great smile, got a great attitude, good presence to her. And so it was nice. I think she did a good job and represented the Razorbacks well down there, Quinn.
Yeah, she is really good. I love listening to her. I mean, she talks about it. I mean, she's very good in regards to delivering her message. She's very consistent in her message. And I think that that's going to help her go a long way at Arkansas. And I mean, she put together a pretty good basketball team over there at Oral Roberts. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to see what she does. And I love the fact that Wyvette's back, and to see that number 11 on another Mayberry, and be able to see her on the set of SEC Network talking about Lee, who was there back in the day. And it's just really good to be able to see that. And she's like, man, people may be taking us for granted. And if we compete hard, anything is possible. So I just think she'll have them ready to go. I don't know what it'll look like, but I just know that she is a competitor, and she's going to dial things in. And she brought a couple of players over from ORU with her, and we'll see if they can help them transition a little bit quicker to Coach Music's system.
Yeah, and folks, before we change out of women's basketball, I think Jenna Lawrence from Farmington/Melbourne has gotten better. I thought overall her first 2 years was a little rocky. She had some good moments, but she seems much more confident. She's got her high school coach, who she played for well in Farmington. He's on the staff, Brad Johnson. I think she's better. But this Bonnie Dees, Quinn, from Australia, she's going to be our best player. Folks, she could be a 4 or 5 year player. She's a freshman. And when I've been in practice, she's been head and shoulders above the other one. There's another good freshman. And Bonnie Dees, I think, was recruited by Lacey Goldwire and Todd Schaefer from the previous staff. Lacey's still here. So give a shout out to the previous staff recruiting her, and also Kelsey Music and staff convincing Bonnie Dees to still come play for the Arkansas Razorbacks. And then there's a young freshman guard from Cleveland, Tennessee. She's going to be really good too. I don't think right now she's as good as Bonnie, but she's a good player. And she's kind of a crafty, solid guard, knows how to play. She was also recruited by the previous staff. And I think there's like 4 players that Neighbors' staff signed that Kelsey still, that's some good recruiting. Kelsey, number 1, determined, I want them. And number 2, she convinced them, I know you didn't sign to come play for me here. You signed under another staff, but you're still going to come play for the Arkansas Razorbacks. And she convinced 4 young ladies to still come. No one does that anymore.
Yes,
not that many. And so I give I think that's very good recruiting right there. So that was good stuff. Quinn, they talked about some restaurants, Tara said, during the broadcast. And I was watching all the media days. I must have got away at that time. But they talked about some of the restaurants in town. And they talked about our good spots, Herman's, Nick and Carrie Wright. Talked about Hugo's, Fayetteville Institution. They talked about Wright's. Yeah. And they talked about the place that Tara talks about all the time. She won't go, but she talks about it all the time. What is that, Tara? What was that place you always want to go to? Chicken heads.
Okay.
Chicken heads.
Yes, so I still need to go to Chicken Heads, but I threw all that info in there because I know that Q's a big foodie, so I figured he'd love that
You
they all
know,
got shout outs in the
hey,
media day.
and every one of those places are fantastic. Every one of them. I mean, I love Herman's. Oh man, they got the what is the omelet over there, Z? Golly, I forgot the name of it.
The Watson?
No, it's not the Watson. Golly, I can't believe I forgot the
He's
name.
He's got an omelet. I just used to order
But
an
the
omelet.
omelet is so great. It's got seafood. It's got steak. It's got so much stuff in it. It is just. If you go to Herman's, I know the ribs and the steak and all that kind of stuff is fantastic.
That's why I used to get this. I
But
used to get the filet or
the omelet. The omelet is off the charts good. You're gonna roll. They're gonna need a wheelchair to roll you up out of there. I mean, it's so thick. And Hugo's. You're gonna always get a great burger. You're in the downtown square. It's so good. I mean, fries off the charts. Love it. Wrights is just basic. I mean, not basic, basically good all the time. And those bacon wrap, golly, burn
He's
ends.
just making everyone hungry.
Yeah, bacon wrap
burn.
burn ends, man. Get you some of them bacon wrap burn ends. You'll love that. And then chicken heads. They're gonna straight bring the wings. The wings, some of the best wings in town. Love all four. I frequent all four. Love to eat. So
you love them all. That's the Dustin omelet. But that's
Dustin
when that
omelet.
steak is
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. The Dustin omelet, man. That's it.
I always just get that regular ham and cheese omelet that they have. And they have a Spanish omelet I've never had. Have you ever had it?
I have not.
I'm talking about it at Herman's. But I love the garlic chicken is really, really good there. And then you can just get you a steak, as you said. It is so good. The Watson special is more like a burger, but it's just like just on the plate, no bread or anything.
Get that Dustin omelet, Z. You need to try it. I know you go in there and get that Dustin omelet because, you know what I tell you. If I tell you there's cheese on the moon, bring a cracker. And I'm telling you, that is a great omelet, sir.
All right. Well, I'm going to check out the omelet. I have had the omelet. I just had the ham and cheese, but I've never had that Dustin one. So I'm going to have to check. Have Nick do the Dustin omelet for us. A good shout out to those restaurants there. McDonald Eye Associates has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 40 years. Our doctors really care about your family's vision and can help with eye exams, contacts, glasses, and we also offer same-day appointments. That's very convenient. McDonald Eye is committed to helping you see your best. Home is more important than ever, and Arvest Bank is here to help you with all of your home loan needs. For a new home, a refinance, or making improvements to your current home, get started today at arvest.com/home. For me, equal housing lender, all loans subject to credit approval. All right, Quinn and Tara, folks, go to HogsPlus.com. As always, great content. Jack Parker, we talked about this yesterday. He's got a thing going, the show, and of course we always have the follow, but he's got a thing going out called Beyond the Rim, and it's a little bit of a special basketball series going on, and this one's called Unfinished Business. Episode 1 premiered last night on Hogs Plus, and here is a clip from Hogs Plus.
What's up, y'all? Malik Thomas here. I'm with Arkansas men's basketball, and I just want y'all to come follow me on the day in the life.
Now, what our fans should be excited about with this freshman class that Coach Cal brought in is that they are very dynamic. They're very confident. They have a swagger about them.
What up, y'all? It's Malik Thomas here. I'm a combo guard for Arkansas men's basketball. I would say I chose Arkansas because of the relationship that I built with the coaching staff, the relationship that they have also built with my family. I'm about to get a little pumping curls with 90s. Getting stronger. Getting stronger for these flicks.
It's an everyday guy right here.
But no, this is every day though.
Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious?
Yes, bro. Are you serious? You're unserious.
No, I gotta know. You think he really curls 90 pounds
No.
in each hand? Z, how many do you think you could crank out?
Oh, Lord. I don't think I can do 90-pound curls.
I can't.
That
Q?
would be very difficult.
No, definitely not. I'm not going to even pretend. No, I'm not going to even pretend. No.
He's pretty strong, Malik, but Darius Acuff got them shorter arms and strong biceps and triceps, but Malik's longer, he's 6'5". He's got long arms like Billy a little bit. But man, that was pretty good. Bruiser Flint came into the weight room. He wasn't buying it. He wasn't buying what they were doing in there. Nick Pringle was in the weight room with him, who's also great working out in there. He is a true warrior in the weight room for sure. But that's good stuff. Tara, have you enjoyed the Beyond the Rim so far?
Yeah, and Jack has been working so hard on this series. It's a 3-part series, and each episode is going to drop on Tuesday or Monday nights. And so be sure to look out for that. Really great behind the scenes coverage. You're going to get to know these players on such a different level than you have in the past. So it's really exciting. And also we've got on HogsPlus, we've got the in-studio series that I did with shorter kind of interviews with pretty much the entire team. And, I think in the past, what we've usually done on here is I've ended up playing a clip from almost every interview.
Yeah.
But I think a fun way to do it this year would be to play a little bit of a game. So if you guys are up for it.
I'm ready, yeah.
We're going to do 3 rounds.
3 rounds.
Of 2 truths and a lie. I'm going to make 3 statements about things I've learned from the team during my interviews, which are going to be dropping daily over on HogsPlus. So the first round, right? You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Quinn, you ready?
I'm ready.
Number 1, Nick Pringle got cut from his basketball team in 7th grade.
Okay.
The team likes to go to brunch a lot. Or Malik Ewan once played quarterback in high school. Which one of those is the lie?
Well, I think they definitely go to brunch because I know they go to eat a lot. And I would say that Malik Ewan probably did play quarterback. He's big and very athletic. I would say the lie would be Nick Pringle. I can't believe that it's 6'11", and as big as he is, that anybody would cut him unless he was just a runt in the 7th grade. I just can't figure out that anybody would cut him on a basketball team. And he's from South Carolina. I don't think anybody would cut him.
Q, what do you think?
I know teams like to hang out together, and the key word for me is how many of them. Like I see 2 or 3 of them going to lunch, but the whole team going to lunch. I'm gonna say the team going to lunch together is the lie.
That's pretty good. Pretty good thought process.
That is. I like the way you both worked through these. The lie, though, is that Malik Ewan once played quarterback in high school.
Neither one of us got that.
So the surprising one is Nick Pringle got cut from his basketball team in 7th grade. Crazy. Wow. We talked about it during our interview, and it's just an interesting story. He was kind of like, yeah, it was a bit of a shot to my my confidence level right there. So had to work his way back on, but he was, I guess, playing football a little bit too. It was a whole thing. So it's a great story if you have a chance to listen to it. That episode is out right now.
Yeah, I should have thought better on that, Quinn, because Malik Ewan is very tall, and he is from Lawrenceville, Georgia, and they are serious about their football down there.
Sure.
So it would be very, very hard for him to half-heartedly 1 foot in, 1 foot out, ever play quarterback. I'm not saying they hadn't had but they take they take their football serious in Lawrenceville.
No All right, round 2. Billy Richmond enjoys watching anime. Carter Knox loves listening to country music. Or Malik Thomas has 8 siblings.
I can see Carter Knox listening to country music. The way Billy and the way Billy Richmond plays defense, I can see him loving MMA.
Anime.
No,
not
it's
MMA.
It's like those
anime.
Is that what is that? Cartoon stuff? Cartoon?
I think that's what
I thought you said MMA. What?
No,
anime. What is that? What is
like
that?
Animated
animated
shows.
Okay.
Definitely yes on that on Billy. Yeah.
Okay, I can see that. I can see that too. Okay, all right. Yeah, all right. Billy, stop it. I can see it.
Billy's
Yeah.
interesting. You could see him watching MMA and anime.
For sure.
All right.
For sure.
And so what was the third one?
So the
What
third
was it?
one is that Malik Thomas has 8 siblings.
I'm gonna say that's a lie.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Billy does watch anime. I think Carter does listen to a little country music, and I would say Malik. I've not heard anyone say he's had that many siblings. It does seem like someone would mention that.
Well, Malik Thomas does have 8 siblings. He told me he has 6 brothers, 2 sisters.
Wow. Okay.
And then Billy Richmond does enjoy watching anime. To be honest, I don't know if Carter Knoxlow is listening to country music.
You just
I didn't
made it
ask
up.
him.
You
Just made it up.
You just made it up.
You gave us 3 truths. I'm telling you.
That could be a true. That's kind of a trick one. You know what? We'll have to ask him next time I see him. Z, actually, that's on you. I know you're going to go to practice, so you
ask
ask
him.
Carter. Let us know if he enjoys country music.
Can I say something about Carter?
Yeah.
So Quinn, we were in Hot Springs, and I was they brought team in food for the team, and I was staying down there. And we were going to record part of the Razorback Daily still, and so it's Sunday evening, about 5:30, 6 o'clock. Those guys had showered. They're loading up the bus. They got 3.5 hour bus ride back to Faye, and I was over there in a car at Horseville. Always like, come grab some food if you want. We got plenty. So I go get some food, and I always try to make sure the players have all gotten their food and eaten. And Carter was still there, and he'd put his food on his little. I had a little pizza. He got some wings and some other stuff. So he set it on. He said, "Will you hold your pizza box out?" So were any tables right there? I said, "Yeah." So I held he put his stuff on top of my pizza box, opened his up, and did his salt and peppering, and got his stuff ready to eat while I was basically like his table for him. And then he got done. He said, "Coach Z, what were you talking to Bruiser Flint about during the timeouts?" I said, "We were just doing a little interview talking about what you guys have been doing well in practice and what you got to do better, and some strengths and some weaknesses of this team." So we just did that during the timeouts to get the fans something to hear during timeout. He said, "Oh, okay." And he said, "Hey, Coach, I did that sit down with you during media day." I said, "Yeah, you did a great job." And he said, "I don't want to do any more. I don't want to do any after the game. I don't want to do any in the locker room. I don't want to do any more interviews this year."
He said, "I sat down with you for 20 minutes. I'm done."
Yeah. And he's, Tara, he's really good. He just
Yeah.
doesn't like doing it.
Yeah.
And I always tell his dad when I see him, I said, "Man, he's so good with interviews. He just doesn't like him." And his dad's like, "He needs to do them. And I know Mike Kaywood will make him do some because the team needs,
Yeah.
a couple guys before every game, during the week. They need guys after the game.
And he's one of the leaders.
And he's one of the leaders. So Kaywood's going to have to use Carter a lot. And I think Carter's realizing I'm going to have to do more interviews this year. So let me go ahead and put Coach Z in the Razorback Day. Let me nip that in the bud and tell him I don't want to do that. And it was great. And but we always got DJ. He'll do it anytime you ask him. And we got, Billy's pretty good about doing it. But we'll still get old Carter back on here for sure. But he was already putting in his stakes in the ground on that dude.
All right, we've got one more round.
Oh, okay.
Last round. So here are your statements. Number 1, Darius Acuff once broke a backboard in middle school. Number 2 is Elmir, whose last name I will eventually learn how to fully pronounce, but until then we're calling him EJ, is friends with former Razorback Big Z. And lastly, Amir Brown and Malik Thomas have been friends since 6th grade.
No backboards are being broken. That's my lie.
Okay.
Yeah.
That early? No way.
Definitely Amir Brown. Amir Brown's here because of Malik Thomas.
Yep.
Malik, they're both from Pittsburgh. They've known each other a long, long time. That's definitely true. Good one, Quinn. And Big EJ. I mean, they're from the same. I don't know if he knows Big Z or not. I've not heard that, but probably does. So yeah.
Yeah, backboard might have been a dead giveaway, but EJ and Big Z actually are friends. They know each other well, and so when Cal called EJ about coming to Arkansas, he hit up Big Z and was like, "Tell me about it. Tell me about Fayetteville."
That's great.
And Big Z had nothing but great things to say about it. So that was a big part of getting him to Fayetteville. So a lot of good stories, a lot of little nuggets you learn about these guys when you get the chance to talk with them for a little bit. So you can find out more about them. Yeah, good. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Tara, hang on just a second. I got
All
something
right.
for you.
Say your name. Elmir Josh. Say it again. Elmir Josh. Josh. Elmir Josh.
Did you
No-
get that?
No chance.
Elmir Jotched.
EJ.
Elmir Jotched. EJ.
Yeah.
Yeah. You would butcher that. You'd butcher that so bad. Oh my God. You'd kill that.
Thank you, Elmir, though. He's trying to help us out.
Yeah, he is.
I love the fact that Elmir says, just call me EJ. Thank you, EJ. Perfect.
Well, all right, Z and Tara, that's how we'll wrap up this edition of the Razorback Daily, a sport and story production. I'm Quinn Grovey alongside my man, Matt Zimmerman, and we'll talk tomorrow.